Today we're going to go over replacing this nozzle on the Qidi Tech 4. I actually clogged it, so I'm going to show how to clear the clog here and then replace it with a 0.8 millimeter nozzle. Right now it comes with the stock 0.4 millimeter. Don't really need anything that doesn't come with the printer, but I have some extras. We have the 0.8 millimeter nozzle, the wrench, the two screwdrivers that come with the printer. I have this little nozzle cleaner that I'm going to use to just clear out the old nozzle, make sure nothing's in there. These are just scissors in case I need to cut any of the filament. Last time I had like a big piece that got stuck in. And then some tweezers to also pull anything I might need to pull. I already took off this faceplate. It's pretty easy, just slides right off. And also I got to take this connector off. I'm going to turn the printer off and I'm going to pull this out and also move these wires out. To move those wires out, you just push on this tab and it slides right out. And then also with this tab, there's a tab at the bottom. You can just pull on it and that should come right out, but I'll turn the printer off before I do that. So now that these cables are out, I'm going to go ahead and open up these two little screws and then these two big screws, and then we can kind of see what this looks like inside here, and then we'll pull this whole nozzle right off. So once these screws come off, you can see that behind the plate there's a little chunk of filament that's stuck. I just gotta squeeze it out. So I got this out here. It's a little hard to pull out, so I did this last time as well, but once you get the big screw out, then this slides right out. And you have the nozzle, and then you can pull this piece out pretty easily. And one thing to note, to replace just the nozzle, this whole thing does not need to come out. You can keep everything connected and just take off this black sleeve, and you should be able to do it without disconnecting anything. The only reason I'm taking it out is because I also had an extruder jam, so I need to clear this out before putting in any new nozzle. And this is because I'm using TPU to print, so it is a little tricky getting the temperatures right, and I actually don't know why this keeps happening on my printer. I think it's because just how soft this material is. It tends to jam a little easier, and also it only jams when I have a failed print, and I stop it early, so it doesn't jam if I let it go throughout. But Qidi did give me a solution, and I'm going to show that at the end how I'm connecting the TPU, and it's essentially just changing the way it's going in. So right now it's being fed into this tube. They suggested to get rid of this tube and go directly in, and apparently that should make that easier. So I'll show how that looks at the end, but this is out, so I'm going to go ahead and take off this sleeve and pull this out, and I'll show what this looks like before I unscrew the original nozzle and replace it with the 0.8 millimeter. So once the sleeve is off, it looks like this. There's this little nut all the way at the bottom and that just comes out, and they already give you the tool for that. That should have came with your printer, but if it does not, then I believe it's a 7 millimeter nut. So if you have a 7 millimeter wrench lying around, that should be able to take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew this, and I'll show how easy this nozzle just slides out, and we can put the new 8 millimeter in. Okay, so unscrew this, just slides right out. You can pull that out. Then we take the new 8 millimeter nozzle, slide that in, and same process. Just get that in, hand tighten it. Your tool. I wouldn't tighten this too much, just until you get that bit of resistance with the wrench, and that's good. Then we can take the sleeve. So this is the sleeve we saw earlier, and just slide it right on. There you go. It's pretty easy to swap this stuff out. One thing that Qidi does that I like a lot is They have very simple tools, and they provide everything. It is very easy to just pull things apart and replace. So now that this is done, I'm gonna get this back in the printer. Gonna put these two big screws back in along with this little plate. Get this connected back up, and we should be good and running again with a clear nozzle and now a bigger 8mm nozzle, 0.8mm nozzle, so we can print a little bit faster and hopefully avoid some more clogs. Here is the final setup. Have the 8mm, 0.8mm nozzle in there. Now I have the whole feed tube taken out, and I just have the TPU filament coming in directly from the dry box. Now this is what Qidi recommended to prevent, future clogs. So let's see kind of what happens. But this is the setup I'm gonna run for now. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps anyone replacing a nozzle or cleaning out the extruder on this Qidi Plus 4.